Hello. So, what have I been thinking about this week? Well, it is still the Easter season, and I've been thinking about our disciples who have a hard time seeing Jesus, seeing him in the risen Christ, and then eventually they come to recognize him. And how is it that we see the risen Christ? Where do we see the risen Christ, and how do we encounter that mystery? And I was thinking back to our vacation. We had a wonderful time. As you might know, we traveled with our daughter and her husband, which was a delight. They wanted us to experience Zermatt with them. They had been there before, and they always stay at this same little B&B. So anyway, we went with them and stayed at this B&B, and it was just delightful. And the owner and her husband were such magnificent people, and friendly and welcoming. The gifts of hospitality from them were unbelievable. And at the B&B, at the same time that we were there, was this 82-year-old German woman whose name was Marlies. And she would come to Zermatt, or comes to Zermatt, every year to visit her son who lives there. And we got to know her. Now, we speak no German, and she speaks no English except good morning. She could get out every morning, and of course we could match that with Guten Tag, but that was it. That was the extent of our language of familiarity. And yet in this woman, I saw Christ. I met Christ. The delight in her eyes, her smile. Every morning she'd ask me how Allison, our daughter, was. She'd ask us if we slept well. Without language, we were able to communicate. One night, Scott and I sat up a long time with Marlies and the Tor, the owner's husband of the B&B, drinking and talking. And Tor sometimes acted as the translator, but most of the time we were guessing each other and pantomiming, and we all had an amazing evening. And I saw Christ in her joyous smile, her twinkling eyes. At 82 years old, traveling to Zermatt. They told me she was skiing last year at 81. And then Tor's ability to, and desire to be there and interpret for us and be part of the conversation. We were there for 5 nights, and she was there all of those nights, and mornings we would have breakfast and see her. And I just kept seeing the face of Christ in her and thinking about all the ways that we encounter this risen Christ that we aren't planning to. So I guess my question for you is, where are you seeing the risen Christ this Easter season? Do you have your eyes open, your ears open, your heart open for wherever the risen Christ might come to you? And with that said, I look forward as always to seeing you on Sunday. Bye-bye.